That is right. So what we're going to do is clear this thing and look for these actionable signals. Put in the chat what you guys want to look at. All right, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I'm going to get rid of these guys. Oh, and then good news from TrendSpider. TrendSpider let me know through some emails. You will be getting these updates when I update this live on the show. If you are not seeing the update, all you have to do is click refresh on your side and it will update, all right, for the watch list or the scanners. I'm also working with TrendSpider to get my scanners, my Strat Soldier Easy Setup Scanner, Hammer Time Scanner, and 2 Up on the Week with VWAP Scanner public on in the TrendSpider store. That will let everybody get in on that thing. All right, everybody use it. That's going to be awesome if that goes through. It, you know, they're looking at it, they're doing some things. We want Intel back in there because it's got a shooter on the week. Save. All right, and then look at our daily signals. Let's go down to daily signals. If you're in the Strat if you're in the if you're one of the weekend shift crew or Strat warriors, this, you know for a fact this didn't do much, so we're going to go ahead and edit that. We got to leave something in there, or the whole thing will delete. But save. Clear up your lists. Clear them up. All right, so we're looking for tech. Let's go there. Let's go down our monthly watch list, looking for those actionable signals. We already know, but we want to look at tech. And we also know we want to look at semiconductors, all right? Lily, someone said, gimme Lily for them actionable signals. Lily, no actionable signal for next week, but closer to going 2 Up on the month, all right? We're going to watch this. No actionable signal for next week. Still good, though. Looking at this money flow index, they want to be in this. They want to be in this. So if this thing goes to continuation up next week, getting back through this level of reclaim here, what's that mean? All right. That means don't just jump in on 2-2. It went 2-2 up. Go ahead and buy. No. Don't do that. Yes, you do want to try and get to 902.41. What you're going to do is look for a reversal on a smaller time frame, the daily or the 60, to get in on what you're seeing on the week and the month. Right now, Lily, full time frame continuity to the upside. All right. All right. Keep putting them in here. Keep putting them in here. Look at this. Yes, waste management. Yes, I wanted to talk about waste management because I was looking at this thing going, why am I messing around with trading these tech stocks? Look at this, waste management. My goodness. Let's go to the year. Let's go to the quarter just for fun. Quarterly. Wow. Yearly. Wow. Taking out the trash. When your wife tells you to take out the trash and you're getting mad, wow, that's the you problem, because you could be taking out the trash thinking about your wins. Look at this. I'm talking to myself on that one. But look at this thing. What the heck? Trash. Taking out the trash. That's it. To the highs. And they, according to, let's see here, Brent, they says they have a nice dividend. All right. So, but recent months kind of choppy. All right. Mess around this level of reclaim right here. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying the overall primary trend is to the highs. All right, beautiful. All right, looking for these actionable signals. OKLO, still 2 Up on the month. No actionable signal for next week. XLE, 2 Up on 2-1. Yep, 2-1-2 Up on the month. No actionable signal on the week. Apple just getting wrecked. All right, inside on the month, not doing much. And then look at this. This is why we track these levels of reclaim. We want to know this is happening. All right, doing nothing, trading sideways. Yuck. Chevron 2. This is why we're looking at this. All right, 2-1-2 up, back up on the month, trying to get to 165 up this wall of woe. No actionable signal for next week, but if this thing keeps moving up, look for that reversal on the daily or the 60 to get in on that. Oxy, all right, Oxy 2-1-2 up on the month. No actual signal for next week. XOM, we already talked about that. We'll take that off. Looks good. No actionable signal for next week. Roku. Marlon B was talking about Roku. It is 2 up on the month still, but it's coming in. Let's see what they want to do. Possible 2-2 down. We're looking for hammers or shooters inside bars. Colgate, brush your teeth. We got a shooter on the week. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. All right, Colgate, not looking great. XYZ, possible 2-2 reversal down, but that's not a shooter, inside bar, or a hammer on the week. So we're going to leave it alone for the show. If you want to use that on your watch list, go ahead. Hammer on Lockheed Martin, warheads on their foreheads. Lockheed Martin, warheads on their foreheads. It goes in force above 488.28, all right? And it's going to get back into this level of reclaim back here at 531. This could be the start of something, all right? The start of something. So we're going to look at that. Wow, Lockheed Martin. Amazing. And still inside month. Devon Energy, 312 back up on the month, and 22 continuation up on the week. No actionable signal for next week. Garmin 212 up on the month. It's coming back in. All right. Possible 22 down on the week. No actionable signal technically. All right. Shooter on the week. Snapchat to the lows. Shooter on the week. Shooter on the week. That's amazing to me that this company is still alive. I know because this way back here, 2021, everybody's using the app, everybody's talking to each other. It's a brand new thing, it's fun. But the problem is, how do we make money on an app where the messages disappear all the time? All right. So they're trying to do everything and anything and everything to put advertising and whatever they can on Snapchat. Right. That's the goal there. But shooter on the week. Pool to the lows. Shooter in force on the month. No actionable signal for next week. AT&T, I was talking about how great it's doing. 2 up on the month, but then it's coming back down on these days in 60s. Shooter on the week for next week. Shooter on the week. I want you guys to know, notice that we're going down the monthly watch list looking for actionable signals, all right? We're going to continue to scan for things that go in force on the month. Why am I doing this? Because I'm not just pouring through charts looking for some random stuff. I'm looking through actionable signals that we know are in force on the month, and then we're looking for things on the week to reconfirm what we're seeing on the month. Palo Alto, inside on the week. All right, still 2 up on the month. Let's see if those buyers want to keep buying above $200.51. $200.26, all right? Target is 208. Information overload is a real thing. That's when you're just like pouring over scans, you're looking for, anything and everything, and you're like spending 6 hours looking at Roblox, looking for a cup and handle, hoping it goes, all right? Not messing with that. Nothing wrong with Roblox. It's moving. I'm just saying. I want to find actionable signals in the sectors, and then also in. I want to sort my stocks by condition and time frame. Okay. We're always gauging participants by price and time. Okay. 312 back up. Conoco, COP. 2-2 continuation up, trying to get back up to 106. No actionable signal here, but you're starting to see all the energy stocks are doing the same thing. I know you're seeing that. I see the chat rolling. Put your tickers in there. FedEx. When we already talked about that, but it's a shooter on the week. Where's my package at, FedEx? Halliburton, no actionable signals, still good though. Hess, no actionable signals, still good though. KMI, energy, see, this is also energy, and it's not doing whatever everybody else is doing. Interesting, right? I wouldn't call that a hammer. We're going to leave it alone. Coke, shooter on the week. They're like, I saw a documentary about sugar, and there's a lot of sugar in Coke. I'm going to take my money out of that. Coke. Hammer on the week, McDonald's. It's a hot mess in here, okay? So be careful. It's a hot mess in here. Let's go ahead and mark that level of reclaim so you can see it a little better. McBurger's not doing great. All right, hammer on the week. If that goes in force, it'll go in force above 305.26. The magnitude's 314, and the top of this range is 326. Could be some mother bar problems in there, right?
That's a mother bar issue.
Mother bar problems, so be careful. But it is there, and we're looking for actionable signals, all right? Put that on the weekly watch list. Keep on going, Matt. We're almost done, Matt. Scenario 3, golly, this is bad, all right? 3 threes back to back. They bought them up, they sold it down. They could do it again. They bought it up and sold it down again, all right? So if you bought into this last week, yay. This week, boo. Someone said, AW says, give me Palantir. All right. And it was, I almost said Arizona. Verizon. Shooter on the week, scenario 3. All right, we'll go to weekly watch list, weekly signals. We got a little bit more to go here, but we'll look at Palantir. PLTR. Palantir, what's it doing? Still good. Now, no actionable signal for next week, AW. I've never seen you in here, so I'm going to assume you're new. What I mean is there's no hammer. There's no shooter. There's no inside bar. Okay? So if you're in this or looking to get into this, maybe we'll get a 2-2 continuation up. Maybe they keep buying it. What you want to do is look for a reversal on the daily or the 60-minute to get in on that. Because what we're doing is we're looking for the month. What are the institutions doing? They are buying Palantir, all right? Government contracts, great product, finally great product, all right? Doing all that good stuff. They're buying it on the month. What are they doing on the week? They buying or selling, all right? Then after we have reconfirmation of, they're buying it on the month, they're still buying it this week on the daily charts. We want to see what the daily is doing with the week. And we want the daily to reconfirm what we're seeing on the week, that they're buying it. And on the 60s, we want to know right now, before I get in, they're buying it now. And I'm getting in with the winners, all right? And I'm riding this wave. So I get in, all right? All the charts reconfirming each other, and we call that full time frame continuity.
Time frame continuity.
Full time frame continuity to the upside, all right? That's what we do. That's what we do here. Someone says, give me a firm. Give me a firm. What's up, Jason? Affirm, AFRM. Affirm. All right, Affirm, shooter on the week. Oh man, 2 up on the month. That's good, but it's shooter on the week. Good call. And shooter on the daily. Let's do this. 2 up on the month. That's not us. Let's do 2 up. We'll put that on the 2 up on the month list and the weekly signals list. Shooter on the week. All right. If that goes in force. Let's blow this up for you. If this goes in force below $58.63, the magnitude is $50.66. All right, that's a potential $9 move. Ouch. Affirm. Come on now. What's this thing? I don't know what this blue line was. Okay. It's marking this level of reclaim right here. That's pretty big. Why would I use a line that big? Anyway, it's definitely, if that shooter goes in force, it's getting back into this level of reclaim below $55.57. And again, the bottom of that range is $45.54. All right. So potential big move to the downside for Affirm. Ouch. All right. Ew. Thank you. Very good actionable signals. I have to learn how to draw broadening formations. You can learn how to draw broadening formations. Go to thestratsoldier.com. It's pinned on the chat. Check out the course, Unlocking Broadening Formations. Unlocking Broadening Formations, I show you why we trade them, how we trade them, how to draw them, how to look for them, and then I take it all the way up from the basics to the advanced stuff with levels of reclaim. And the best part about that course is I did it with actual traders. They're asking real traders asking real questions, and one of them is giving me the business. It's funny, boy. I'm like, wow, hold on. Why you got an attitude? Hold on. It's a fun course. It's a fun course. Get in there. Watch that thing. Arm. Give me some arms. Where's my arms at? I like this one because I don't have to type so much. If you come up with another one, I don't have to type so much. I might just go to yours. I like that. All right, arm shooter on the week. Shooter on the week. Evidently, we were tracking some stuff on this earlier. Shooter on the week. Still 2 up on the month. That's good. We'll put that on the 2 up on the month list. Why? Because when the entire market's going to the highs, I'm going to where the buyers are already at. Okay, go where the buyers are already at. But arm shooter on the week, that goes in force at 134.66, stuck in this, back in this level of reclaim right here. But for a potential, I got to turn these on for you to show you this, but it's a potential 2-bar rev strat to the downside. All right, what's a rev strat? A rev strat is either a 1-3, which is that right here, scenario 1-3. All right, that's a 1-bar rev strat. This is a potential 2-bar rev strat. It would be inside bar, 2 up, and then 2 down. Inside bar, 2 up, 2 down. All right, now in technical analysis, they would call that a failed breakout. In that, it's going back now. We call that 2-bar rev strat. All right, 2-bar rev strat. Your actionable signal is that shooter. All right. Potential all the way back down to 123.36. Now, we don't get in early. We wait for that thing to go in force. We'll put that on the list. Put that on the watch list. We got a lot of good signals so far. Very good. Someone give me, JJ said nice. Someone said ASTS. You got to watch JJ. He's hilarious. ASTS. JJ's watching. You got to watch these episodes because JJ wrecked my Tesla trade. He ain't wrecked it. It's not his fault. But boy, I about dang near cried right on the camera. Talk about Tesla so bad. And then the worst thing is, it happened. It did exactly what he said it was going to do. ASTS, this is Space Mobile. This is the ability to talk to, we actually had someone else talk about this, and they talked about getting in. We have this marked at $2.95. I don't advocate trading penny stocks, but it was doing something wild, all right? It was doing something crazy. Oops, wrong one. Trying to move me. There you go. All right, it was doing something crazy. You can see that right there at 295 and to the highs. All right, craziness. 295, amazing. All right, so Space Mobile is exactly what it sounds like. It is you having the ability to call grandma from space. So there will be 0 dropped calls. They say fewer dropped calls. Evidently, legally, they can't say none. But 0 dropped calls, and then so you can call your grandma from space. Bam, to the 2-2 reversal, back up at 225.54, back up to 41, and then closes out the week at 38. So that's awesome. That's really good. Messiness here. Woo. Since we're talking about broadening formations, let's turn that off. Let's draw a broadening formation on this thing so we can show you how this is a mess. Messy mess. If you're using Trend Spider, just using the if you're using Trend Spider, using the Trend Spider tool is effective. If you're using Trading View, use the extended line tool. All right, it'll give you this laser looking type, trend line. If you use just the trend line tool, it'll give you like this short little bitty. Don't want no short trend line tool. Anyway, all right, so this point is just a little higher than this point. So what you want to do is drive from right to left. Reset highs, back to another high, reset or a higher low, and then same thing down here. All right, so here's the broadening formation on AST Space Mobile, and you can see how this was just a mess. All right, mess. Where's Matt?
Shop in here, folks.
All right, just a mess. But then finally back to the highs and out of this mess. So good. No actionable signal for next week, but hey, it's doing great. We'll put that on the 2 up on the month list. Did I already say that? I don't think I did. 2 up on the month. It could be great. All right. We could be calling, everybody could be calling their grandma from space. Let's see. We need to continue down. AMD. Ooh, automatic money destroyer. I like this. I don't have to type so much. Jason's winning. He's kicking y'all butt so far. Here's the broadening formation for the month on AMD. Not doing a lot. It is 2 up on the month still. You cannot call this a shooter yet because the month's not over. All right. And then looking at your weeks, I need to redraw this. It's a mess here. I need to redraw this. Actually, looks like we have a lot of broadening formations on this thing. All right, it's a mess. I got to redraw those. Shooter on the week on AMD, and that will go in force below 114.43, and the magnitude is 115.03. The magnitude's 110, and then you know, you continue dropping from there. It is in this level of reclaim right here. And that is right there. All right, so you know, we'll see what they want to do. Automatic money destroyer. That's what I call AMD. 2 up on the month, but shooter on the week. So let's go ahead and annotate that. 2 up on the month, but shooter on the week. Let's go back to, it says, okay, thanks. Is it best to just catch reversals at the top of the bottom of the broadening formations? That's the idea, yes. Reversals, just make sure you're trading reversals. Just because it gets to the top of the broadening formation doesn't mean automatically just start selling, or automatically gets to the bottom, automatically start buying. That's not what that means. Look for those actionable signals to reconfirm that stuff, okay? All right, look for those actionable signals, hammer, shooter, inside bars. All right, let's finish this list here. MSTR, looking for this thing to go shooter in force on the month, hasn't done it yet. AIG, I would not call that a hammer, but it's all stuck in this scenario 3 back here, trying to get to $87. AIZ, 2-2 reversal back down on the week. Reconfirm what we're seeing in the month that they're selling this thing. AMG in full time frame continuity to the upside. It is hammer in force. The magnitude on this thing is 315. The best thing about time frame continuity is this signal is good all month. All right, you did not miss it. It's good all month, because I know some people are looking at this going, it's too overbought. Look at this. There's a shooter on the day. It's gonna go down. I mean, it could go down for a little bit, but this is still good all month. All right, the winning spirit is built into the strat. We don't just look at this thing going, oh, we missed it. Oh, we missed the move. No, we say, oh, this thing's in force right now. Let me find a reversal into this mug. That's what we say. AON scenario 2 up on the month, but then no, it's red. All right, no actionable signals, nastiness. APD shooter on the week here, and 212 up on the month. That's why we're looking at that, but it's coming in. Shooter on the week. DG 2 up on the month, inside on the week. All right, Dollar General inside on the week. It had a good run. Maybe it's done. We'll see. And tap possible 2-2 reversal back down, but that's not a shooter. So if you want to use that, put that on your list. That's fine. PEG 312 up on the month, still green, possible 2-2 up. It's got to go 2-2 up to save this thing. So, but no actionable signal for next week. All right, so you see how we did that. Now let's go to the strat. We're in overtime right now. Overtime, so we're going to go to, come on now, we're going to go to the Strat Soldier easy setup scanner. Let's change this to the week. And then we're going to look for, what do we want? Let's go inside bar. No, wait, hold on. I'm thinking. Shooter on the tech. That's right, it was. Shooting star on tech. It's right here, shooting star. All right, also known as a shooter. All right, shooting star, and then right here, search in, and you can actually make this, you can have this thing search your watch lists or the bigger, indexes. All right, so we know there's a shooter on tech. Let's go on tech. Let's have it scan. There's all our, all right, let's move my big head here. All right, here's all the ones with shooters on the week. Very easy, right? Very easy. Strat Soldier easy setup scanner, easy to use. All right, so let's go here. And things that we like, we're going to put it on the list as well. Shooter on the week. Golly, what is happening on this chart? Hold on. We were tracking all kind of junk. All right, that's better. ADI 2 up on the month. Let's make sure that's on the 2 up on the month list. It should be 2 up on the month list, and shooter on the week. All right, if that goes in force below 223.19, the magnitude's 212. All right, and there's your broadening formation. We know they take them up, they test the highs, test the lows, test the highs. Can't get back up here. They're going to try and test the lows, all right? Potentially. We'll see. Put that on the watch list. I like that one. AMAT, shooter on the week. Inside on the month still. There's buyers in here. That doesn't mean it's really going to go. But that thing goes in force below 167.86, and the magnitude's 155. That's pretty good. That's some pretty good magnitude. Weekly signals, bam. All right. INTC, that's already on the list. Shooter on the week. LRCX, shooter on the week. All right. I wouldn't really call that a shooter, but it's on the list. All right. If that goes in force below $86.78, the magnitude's $80. That's not a shooter. All right. That's more than likely going to open up inside bar. That's why running these scans and then actually looking at the charts is very beneficial. You can't just go, oh, I ran the scans, put them on the list, and then shut your laptop. All right. Microchip, shooter on the week, goes in force below $65.52. The magnitude is $57.55. Wow, they might be done with this one. That's a big shooter. All right, we'll see. NVIDIA, possible 2-2 down on the week, but I would not call that a shooter. QCOM, that's definitely a shooter. That's a nice one. What's happening here? All right, that's better. Shooter on the week, still 2 up. It's green on the month, but shooter on the week at 151.11. The magnitude's 144. All right. Very good. QRVO, Cuervo, shooter on the week, goes in force below $79.24, trying to get to 79. Let me slow down. Shooter on the week at $79.24. The magnitudes, I did it again. There's a lot of numbers. All right, shooter goes in force below 79.24. The magnitude is 7493. That's exactly how we deal with that in the military, boy. I tell you what. Oh, you got a stuttering problem. Okay, just give me the digits, Private. Come on, just give me the digits. All right, Texas Instruments. It is 2 up on the month. Let's make sure it's on the 2 up on the month list. 2 up on the month, beautiful. But we got a shooter on the week. Shooter on the week goes in force below 193.34, and the magnitude's 181.65. Signals, all right, and then XRX, Xerox, used to be a big thing. Go talk to JJ about train Xerox was a big deal back in the day. Shooter on the week, still just going to the lows. If it gets below $5, that's a penny stock. Let's see what they want to do there. I don't know. JJ, you got an opinion about that? Let's see if you got one, put it in the chat. Okay, AW says, I really want to learn the Strat. I just get so discouraged when I see other traders saying the Strat doesn't work. I need I need it to work for me. All right, yeah. No. It does work. The Strat does work, and I got a lot of proof of my own and other people that the Strat does work. Now there are people that are making huge trades. All right, I'm talking about, go see Ace. Ace is a guy that's making, he's making those $2,000 wins. I mean, higher. All right, he's great, but I'm here to show you, number one, how to trade without losing your real life. All right, I'm teaching you how not to lose all your money. I'm teaching you how to not just be stuck on the screens all the time. All right, we're showing you how to create winning positions, add to them, and defend them with tight stops. Go to thestratsoldier.com. Check out the ebooks. First of all, go check out Hammer in Force. That'll teach you all about hammers. That comes with a bonus vid, and then there's more content there for you. Okay, and then just watch my videos here on the Weekend Shift as well. All right, and then the Strat Camp community on the stratsoldier.com. Ask your questions. I will answer them. Okay, I'll answer them. Yes, the Strat does work. It does work. I get frustrated too when people talk like that. All right, because it does. All right. JJ says I'm looking. Xerox. I was telling them about. I was talking about how you said Xerox was a thing, boy. Like trading Xerox was the jam. Look at this thing, and now it's like, dang. What it rhymes with, I already said. I ain't gonna say no wordy dirts on the show, but it was the jam. Now it's like, dang. I'm in overtime. I got 5 more minutes. This potentially is going to be a penny stock if that shooter goes in force. That's what I was talking about, JJ. If that shooter goes in force on the week, it's going to be a penny stock. He says, give me some crude. Crude yesterday to the highs. All right, to the highs. 312 back up on the month, back to this level of reclaim. All right, money flow index says they want to be in here. Crude back to the highs. All right, why not? Says the Strat definitely works, just taking me a long time to master it because I'm done. All right, I gotta read it. He says Strat definitely takes a long time. He says the Strat definitely works, just taking me a long time mastering it because I'm dumb. Learned complex options, but the Strat still eludes me. LOL. Yeah, that's so funny. Yes, the Strat does work, and the Strat was originally created to trade shares. All right, it was originally created so you could trade shares, but it also trades with anything else that trades. All right, it works with anything else that trades. So when it comes to options, yeah, you might have to play the game just a little different. All right, but it's still the Strat. It was like, oh, okay, yeah. JJ says it was like northwest air, all right, just to the highs. All right, the Strat does work, and why not's been doing it for a while. All right. The hardest part about learning the Strat is cutting out your old bad habits. That's the hardest part about trading the Strat, is cutting those bad habits. Let's get out of this tank. It is hot in this tank. Let me get out of this thing. Hold on a second. What's going on? Wow. It is hot in that tank. All right. Thank you so much. He says, why not? Says, I use my limited knowledge of the Strat on my current strategies, and it helps a lot. Fantastic. That is so funny. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Go to thestratsoldier.com. I learned the Strat working with Rob Smith, the creator of the Strat. I worked with him live, and that was before COVID. 2019, I worked with Rob, and then in that I met JJ, and I also met these guys in real life. All right, and I learned the Strat, and I stuck to the Strat. Now, a lot of people start with the Strat and they go do something else. That's fine. If you're a brand new trader, I suggest learning the Strat first. That way you don't have all these bad habits of averaging down on losing positions, or trying some really difficult really difficult trading strategies trying to make things work, or all these indicators on your charts. All right, so I suggest learning at first so you don't learn all those bad habits. All right, it takes a long. That's the hardest part about learning the strat, is getting rid of your bad habits. All right, JJ's in the chat working this thing. He says XRX shooter down to the lows. All right, down to nothing, down to nothing. AW says, where's Dee these days? Not sure. I did see she's still on YouTube, but I personally have not talked to her in a while. Maybe I'll hit her up. Go to thestratsoldier.com. Go check out the ebook. Hammer in Force. Go check out the ebook Hammer in Force. That's one actionable signal that'll get you, that you could trade on anything that trades. All right, you could trade it on equities, you could trade it on forex, you could trade it on crypto, you could trade it with options. All right, hammers. All right, hammers. Hammer in Force. That's my favorite actionable signal. All right, and the hammer. And if it goes in force, I know what to do, and I know where the entry is at, and I know where to put my stop at. All right, I will always trade a hammer. And then there's a one-on-one session in there right now for June 19th. Get in there. There's only one slot for Thursday. Get in there. And then for the combat load, check out combat load. It's everything on the website all in one bundle. And then when I come out with new products, that gets put in the bundle, and essentially you get that new product for free. And then that comes for everybody else who got that combat load bundle. It has a one-on-one session included in that bundle. So get with me, all right? Let me know. I like to do those one-on-one sessions on Thursdays. Let me know. Let's schedule it, all right? Let's use that one-on-one, all right? Use it. And then you can also hit view all products, and it'll show you all the courses, and you can hit those things individually. Maybe you only need help with execution. Maybe you only need help with time frame continuity. Maybe you only need help with broadening formations. All right, it's all in there, broken out for you as well. Go check out thestratsoldier.com. Check it out. And Beach Bum's in the house. The Beach Bum says, thank you so much for being here. Good luck, fellow traders. Have a great rest of your week. Yes, and remember, I don't just trade the strat, I live it. If you are, don't get triangled out on your personal relationships. All right, if you need to go make a phone call, you need to visit, you need to do something, do it. All right. Don't get triangled out. It's okay to be inside bar. All right. Even if a scenario 3 happens, you're just like, okay, that was dramatic. We can get it working back to the other side. We can do some things. All right. Let me apologize first. There's nothing wrong with that. So again, here on the weekend shift, I show you how to trade stocks. I teach how to trade anything, but just mainly stocks, common shares, so that you don't, in a way that you don't lose your real life. All right, meaning you're not going to lose all your money. And then number 2, you're not just stuck on the charts. All right, there's a lot of people losing their lives, not going outside, not making friends and meeting with family because they're just glued on the charts. They're just like, well, I just got to keep looking for another move. Sometimes there ain't nothing going on. And we know those days, and we do nothing. Go. maybe insight on the week, insight on the day on SPY. Maybe today's the day I'm gonna go try and teach my cat to mind me, and I'm gonna take my cat for a walk on this leash. It's either gonna kill me or the cat. No, don't kill your cat. I'm just kidding. I'm being silly here. My life is upside. Upside. Machine gun, pivot machine gun. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, being in here. Again, go check out the Strat Camp community. Ask me your questions. Get in there. Go to the Strat Soldier Weekend Shift YouTube. You guys are on it right now. But go to the membership section. There's the Weekend Shift Warrior. There's the Weekend Shift crew where you'll get updates every day of what's happening on the watch list, and I'll help you create a daily watch list for the next day. And then also there's also the next level, which is the Strat Warrior. Strat Warrior comes with micro vids, This will be macro vids, and then also coaching sessions, all right? And anything else you want in there too. If you want it, like, hey, I need to jump on and ask you some questions, let's do it, all right? Let me know. Anyway, this is the Strat Soldier for the weekend shift. We're in overtime. You guys have a good day. Finish your lists, and then close your laptops, and then go have a good weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.